Right, fellows. Hi. I just continue now with the same explanation of a similar program that is very similar to SBA. Remember, I only have 5 minutes to deal with these things. Now we're converting the repeat loop into the program. Good. Now, if you notice here, first of all, again, the repeat loop starts with the word repeat, and to mark the end of the repeat loop, it marks the end by using the word until loop counter is equal to 10. So in other words, to have a repeat loop, you must have the word repeat, you must have the word repeat, and you must have a counter that comes to an end that has a variable in it, loop counter, and a value of, let's say, 10 in our case. As well as you needed to have this line here, which would have caused the loop counter to go up by 1. It wouldn't happen automatically. Now, bear in mind that I had here on the right-hand side, in this column, the program now. The program had some comments here, which was necessary, like author, version, description, and then the program. Good. I just put in some background colors, black and text color white. Be mindful that I have also initialized some variables. These were not color coded because they were not in the pseudocode, right? However, they are necessary when you start to do your program. Good, you need to do some initialization of program variables. For example, the student pass variables, loop counter, and mark. Good. So we have here the same pseudocode now translated into the program code. Repeat. Your prints would become right or right lines, and this is the enter or the input. This is the lines of input. It's strange that people don't even know how to write lines of input up to now, but a line of input requires that you use a print line, which is you're using write in Pascal, and the read line or the input and accept or the accept and store, which is the read line name mark. In this case, I'm asking for the two variables and I am accepting the name and the mark in one shot. When I obtain the mark, and that's the only way that you could deal with the mark or do something with the mark, you have to accept it first and save it. When I obtain the mark, then I compare and see if it is greater than or equal to 50. If it is greater than or equal to 50, I print out the name of the person and pass. Additionally, I needed to increase the student pass. So this is a variable here. This is an important variable that is going to be checking for keeping a count of the number of students who pass the exam, right? All right, let's look at something else here now. Notice here that I had to use the begin and end, right, to create a variable, a program block, sorry, because I have one line and two lines associated with the if. Those are two lines of instruction that are associated with this first if here. So therefore, I need to create a program block to encapsulate those two lines together. Notice comparatively, when I had one line here with this while with the else part, I did not need to create a program block, right? Some of you all use begin and end around just the simple right line. It would not have caused an error, but it is not a good practice to do. Okay, outside of the if, we still had to use the loop counter again to increase that variable that is going to make the loop come to an end until loop counter equal 10. Now, look at this here. In this mauve color here, this here is going to print the student number of students who pass equals student pass. Notice that this was outside of the loop and this has to be only printed once. So therefore it was important that you realize that that was outside the loop and therefore it comes outside of the loop. So therefore does not require that you have to be including it inside of the loop. So in a short while, I'll go on very quickly to the while loop and the for loop. All right, time is nearly up for this session. Thanks very much. And I hope that you all look at it and you could make some changes before sending those files again. Thank you.